I'm Scott Goldstein. I'm going to go over my version of cold sesame noodles. There are a lot of ingredients, so it pays to line them all up and have them ready to go. I use sesame oil, I use light soy, black soy, and regular soy. Actually, I'm missing a soy from my collection here. I use honey, smooth peanut butter, jojoba, tahini, rice wine, vinegar, dry sack sherry, fresh garlic, fresh ginger, and if you want, you can add hot pepper oil. So I was missing rice wine vinegar. Rice wine vinegar before the sherry, and I have low sodium soy. So right off the bat, you might want to know why I have 3 types of soy. The original recipe called for dark soy. At that time, I couldn't find any dark soy. I actually have dark soy. This is Pearl River. My light soy is from Wanjianshan, okay, and the other one is regular soy from Kikkoman. The pure sesame oil I'm using is called Blooming. The honey is Clover from Kirkland. Peanut butter is Peanut Delight. Creamy rice wine, don't think it's all that critical, but it's Kangyin and product of China, product of Taiwan. I'm using a Sheffield very dry sherry. There are sweet sherries. I use a dry sherry, and I'm using jojoba, sesame tahini. I work directly into a blender, and I have a digital scale here today because I want to record the weights of the ingredients. So I'm going to tear this so it's down to 0, and just for reference, it's 3. This thing is 3 pounds in case the thing resets. Okay, so I start off with 1 cup of pure sesame oil. That first ingredient was 6.2 ounces. One cup of dark soy, so I'm going to use 1/3 of the soys that I have. I'll bring this up to the 2-cup mark. It's now reading 1 pound, 0.6 ounces. One cup of honey. I'm going to use 2/3 of a cup of smooth peanut butter. So since I have liquid in here, I'm going to watch the liquid raise from 3 cups to 3 cups and 2/3. So I'm at 3 right now. Yeah, that was almost perfect there. Now I'm going to add another 2/3 cup tahini. So it should come up to 4 1/3 cup. I'm at 4. Yep, that'll do for 1/3. Okay, I need 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. And 2 teaspoons. And 4 tablespoons of dry sherry. Okay, so I didn't record all the other weights in between, but up until this point, which is all my wet and semi-solid things, The total weight is 2 pounds, 8.7 ounces. I'm going to add my garlic, okay, which I already pre-weighed at 1.1 ounces, and it's went through a microplane. And I'm going to add my ginger, which is 0.6 ounces. The recipe calls for 8 cloves of garlic and about 4 teaspoons of ginger. This does not look like 4 teaspoons. When I freshly grated, it was up to here, so it might be short. But that's the reason why I measure it by weight now, because that'll give me a much better indication where I am the next time I do this. Okay. Total right now is 2 pounds, 10.3 ounces. Okay? That's it. All I have to do now is blend it. So you can see, even though I took out a measuring cup, I used the calibrations on my my osterizer. I've already checked that against this, and those are accurate. I recommend if you have a blender, you check it before you do this to make sure that the measurements are accurate and work with them. One thing I like about this old-fashioned osterizer, it's an Imperial 8, is that it has all these buttons to choose the speeds at. I'm going to start on puree. The reason why I started at slow and work your way up is because otherwise this thing will blast all over the place. I really love this feature in this old unit. I have another one of these that only has a semi regular speed and a super high speed. If you're not holding to the top, this is all over the place. That's 1 kilo sauce. That's it. It will thicken over a day or two. I'm making this for tomorrow. This sauce is, I've been told by friends that I've shared recipe with, is a killer sauce as far as the flavor. Wonderful. I'll then pour this into deli containers. Yeah, I have them. trying to get out every last bit of that sauce. I would say about a third of these for a normal pound of pasta is plenty. I use spaghetti, regular thick spaghetti. You want to cook it and stop the cooking at just as it's al dente. You want some tooth to the pasta, and then you add the sesame oil into the pasta and coat it so the pasta doesn't stick together. I usually like to dress the pasta with the sauce right before I serve it. Might want to use what is traditionally an Italian method. Put a little sauce in there, mix it all around, and put the big blob on top, and then you can garnish it with black sesames, toasted sesames, juliennes of carrots or cucumber, whatever tickles your fancy. This sauce will stay easy for a couple weeks in the refrigerator, considering the amount of alcohol and acids in here, and that everything on this counter, except for the garlic and for the ginger, is stable at room temperature. So keeping in the refrigerator should be no problem. So that's it. That's my killer recipe for cold sesame noodles.